This is so bad, Steve Jobs is rolling in his grave. I'm just gonna say it, the iOS 18 app thing is ugly AF. Is it just me, or has Apple lost its aesthetics? Look guys, this is not a hack, this is real. Let me show you my phone. This is my actual phone right now. These are all my little YouTube apps. I love YouTube, so I just added 1,000 of them. If you scroll over, you can see you can now put apps wherever you want. You just hold it down, edit home screen. You can move these things around. It doesn't have to be any particular place. Obviously, the apps are now like green, but you can edit and hit customize and change them to be whatever color your heart desires. Light mode is the normal color scheme, which all of a sudden looks bad to me after using my phone like this for a week. And dark mode are these new dark icons you can see there. I wish they had made the sun in the weather app a moon, but it is what it is. You can keep your icons small, you can make them big. Lots of great new changes for the better with this iPhone update. That looks insane. Listen, my point is, this update looks terrible. This has got to be the ugliest phone on the face of the planet. But let's remember that Apple has some of the smartest people working for them in the world. So this is no mistake. In this video, I'm gonna show you what's new with the iPhone and why this update is actually gonna make you even more stylish. Let's get right into this. Okay, so let's start with what's new. The home screen is clearly a big difference here with these like weird colored apps, but keep in mind, like people have already been doing that for a while now. Like I'm sure you've seen somebody with their phone like this. You've probably seen someone with a phone like this, very Pinteresty. You can do this, you could customize your home screen. The difference now is that you can do it in like 2 clicks. You were sitting down for like an hour or more to customize your home screen, and it was kind of going around using shortcuts in like a different app that wasn't really made to do that to make this happen. But now anybody can make their home screen customized and very ugly in just a matter of seconds. Now outside of the home screen, we also have the new Siri logo. This is our old Siri right here, the magic floating orb, which I was actually quite fond of. And here's our new Siri. I'm not really sure why she looks like that. I kind of liked the orb. I always liked the orb. But worst change of all is the new Apple Intelligence, AI for short. I'm gonna pretend like they didn't do that, but they did. Steve Jobs would have shot whoever pitched this. I cannot agree more with that statement. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen Apple do. It doesn't look like Apple. Does it look bad? No, not necessarily. But does it look sleek? Does it look elegant? Does it look Apple? Absolutely not. Over here, we've got the new emoji maker, which is like a cool app where you use AI to make your own emojis. I think that's fun. And I don't have any particular problem with this design either. This like kind of gradient here and the text, and you got this little Siri looking icon there. I don't think this looks bad. My problem is it doesn't look like Apple. It looks like Microsoft. In fact, over here, I've got Copilot, which is Microsoft's AI tool. And look at how similar it is. It's kind of insane. They're using almost the exact same gradient. Like someone at Apple went to Copilot and stole the pastel gradient from them. It just doesn't look Apple to me. But enough is enough. Let's talk about some of the other new stuff that maybe looks more better. Okay, so I'm gonna play fair. There's good and there's bad to this. Let me show you some of the good ones, okay? So I got my phone pulled up here, and it's actually a little bright, so let me just, yeah, you can add like a million brightness sliders. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pick on them anymore, I swear. I'm gonna show you the good stuff now. Here's the stuff that isn't ugly. If you go into the control panel here, you can actually, it has this new satellite feature where you can text via satellite no matter where you are in the world if you don't have cellular. I think this animation is really cool. This UI is really interesting to me. It's not gonna work right now because I'm inside, but it's really interesting animation. We also have a new flashlight. Yeah, pretty crazy. You pop open this flashlight here and you can actually make it wider, or you can make it dimmer or brighter. Pretty interesting little flashlight design. That animation's so cool. Dang, look at that. This is the new Siri animation right here. You got new notifications. Siri just kind of pops up as this like gradient that goes around your screen. And I think that's kind of cool. I do think I'll miss the orb, but I'm not too mad. Here's our Microsoft thing again. I think there's kind of a lot of cool things going on with the design there. So there's good and there's bad, but regardless of whether it looks good or whether it looks bad, it used to be that everything you did on your iPhone looked refined, it looked polished, it looked elegant. And now, not so much. I think that why Apple has been the industry standard for design for so long is because they understood that the average consumer doesn't have a sense of design and that they could very quickly make their phone look bad with something like this. So let's get into the why here. Why Apple is changing their design philosophy and why Apple is letting users customize their phone. A lot of people think that this has to do with Apple versus Android because there's always that one Android user who is like, I don't have customization over my phone, I'm not switching to iPhone. The theory might be that Apple is trying to get that last Android user to come over, now they don't have an excuse. I have a little bit of a different theory. I think that Apple works really hard to be on the forefront of design. I think they try to stay new, hip, not get old or outdated, and they want to be on the new trends. And what we're seeing today in general is that personality is the new design trend. Style, customization, personality, being uniquely you, that's what's popular right now. And I think Apple sees that. Grayson, that's the stupidest point you've ever made. I am unsubscribing right now. What are you even wearing? You don't know a thing about style. And this has got to be about Apple versus Android. What am I wearing? But look, this is about style, it's about trends. I swear, just hear me out, don't unsubscribe. Let's go to the whiteboard and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm gonna use clothing here as an example to explain to you why being stylish is actually the new trend and why Apple is making their phones so customizable. It all starts right here. Back in the day, in ancient Egypt, does that look like a pharaoh? They used to wear clothes as a symbol of social status. If you fast forward just a little bit, you come to this point in history, which is where we had Elvis, rock and roll, the Beatles, all of these things kind of influence what consumers wore. If we go a little bit further down the timeline, you probably got the 1980s right here. That's when you had designers come out like Calvin Klein and Ralph Lauren and Versace. These people influenced what consumers wore. And then just a little bit down here, probably like the 21st century, you got Hollister, you got Nike, you've got brands now influencing what people wear and what design is, including Apple. And then right down here is today. It's all about being you. Is this making sense? It's about being uniquely yourself. It's not about being a brand or wearing the brand clothes or about following some designer. It's about cultivating your own style, customizing your own style to fit your personality. The people that you watch or that influence you aren't designers, they're micro-influencers like myself or like other YouTubers. You find someone to watch who is more like you, rather than following a brand or a product because that's what everyone's doing. What's cool right now is to be you and to find your own path. The connection with what I'm saying on the whiteboard here and what Apple is doing, I think Apple is very smart. And I think that they realize that what the young generation is doing right now is cultivating their own style and customizing. And that's where we got this Pinterest stuff where you were making your home screen look like an aesthetic Pinterest board. The most important business move for Apple to make is to target the young generation and get them to buy iPhones, because the people that are older have already picked their phone for life. They're not gonna switch. The real market is to keep Apple as the phone to buy. And how they do that is staying in touch with the young generation, and what they're doing right now is going to thrift stores and vintage stores and crafting their own style and being very custom to who they are. Here's my final statement, guys. This iPhone update looks bad. B-A-D, bad. It doesn't look like it's Apple. It doesn't look sleek, elegant. I'm surprised they couldn't find a way to do this that felt more on brand for them, but To give them credit where credit is due, I think that Apple is trying to be innovative, it's trying to be ahead of the game, it's trying to keep up with the times. I feel like that's where they're going with this. You let me know in the comments below. Do you think I'm right with this theory, or do you think Apple is losing their touch and they're just falling off aesthetically? Let me know. I post a video here every single week about design, so if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll post another video next week just for you.